Classic Art Readers, Level 3. The Works of Wassily Kandinsky. Copyright 2023. Seed Learning. All rights reserved. Introduction. Wassily Kandinsky was a Russian artist from the early 20th century. He was both a painter and an art theorist. He painted and taught art. Kandinsky thought about the purpose of art itself. Kandinsky started his art career at a late age. However, he became a pioneer of abstract art. He challenged the ideas of the post-impressionists. He questioned the idea that art had to capture real visible objects. Early life. Wassily Kandinsky was born in Moscow in 1866. He had rich parents, so he experienced music and fine arts from a young age. As a child, he showed a talent for both. Kandinsky was fascinated by art and color from an early age. However, he decided not to begin a career in the arts. He studied law at Moscow University. Then, he became a law professor. One day, he saw a painting of haystacks by the Impressionist Claude Monet. Then, everything changed. Seeing it, he was both confused and surprised. It seemed incomplete. It was not a realistic image of haystacks. There was only an impression, that is, a general, not complete idea. However, he still felt strong emotions. Becoming an artist. Monet's art style fascinated Kandinsky. It inspired him to paint his own creative ideas. At the age of 30, he left his position as a law professor. He moved to Germany and started studying at the Munich Academy. This was a highly respected art school. Kandinsky found his art studies easy. This was a sign of his natural ability. He then started to experiment with painting. He explored concepts related to color. He wanted to discover new ways of making art. It was during this time that Kandinsky began to develop as an art theorist. An art theorist is different from a painter or an art critic. An art theorist thinks about the purpose of art itself. Traditionally, the purpose of art was to be beautiful. Anything not realistically beautiful was not considered art. However, these ideas slowly changed over time. Kandinsky thought painting should do more than just describe objective nature. It should also express a person's experience with a subject. Kandinsky used color to do this. He believed color had its own meaning and purpose. Developing his style. Kandinsky's earliest paintings were landscapes or scenes from towns. Like Impressionists or Post-Impressionists, he painted to give an impression. He did not need a realistic image. He also used color separately from the object it described. For example, a mountain could be painted in blue in front of a pink sky. Kandinsky's paintings also became less detailed. Instead, he focused on expressive areas of colors. This was not limited by forms and lines. In 1911, Kandinsky organized the Blue Riders, a group of modern artists. These artists had a similar abstract approach to art. With these other painters, Kandinsky tried to express non-visible concepts in painting. For example, the Blue Riders wanted to show the spiritual side of painting. They used color as a symbol. Kandinsky explored these ideas. He even expressed music in his paintings. His paintings became more and more abstract in style. Music was especially important to Kandinsky. He often listened to music before or while he painted. He tried to include the feeling of music in his paintings. Many of his works have musical terms or words in their titles. Promoting his theories. During this time, Kandinsky wrote on the spiritual in art. This was a piece of writing about his art theories. In it, he argued for the idea of abstract art. He also argued that color was its own object. It was not just the visible part of another object. This paper had an almost immediate effect. His theories caused discussion in the European art world. In 1910, Kandinsky showed his work at a large London exhibition. People around the world were interested in his paintings. With the start of World War I in 1914, Kandinsky was forced to leave Germany. He went back to Russia. There, he did little painting. Instead, he taught art. He taught his ideas of how to use color. He taught that art could be connected to abstract concepts. Kandinsky also helped organize the Institute of Artistic Culture in Moscow. However, his ideas on art were soon rejected by other members. They thought his views on art did not express the ideas of the common people. Later life. After the war, Kandinsky decided to move to Germany again. In 1921, he was invited to teach at the Bauhaus. This was a great art school. While there, Kandinsky further developed his art. His paintings became more minimal and geometric. His colors were symbols for different meanings. However, in 1930, the Nazi Party began to rise to power in Germany. They rejected ideas of free expression. The work at Bauhaus was considered harmful. The Nazis closed down the school and banned Kandinsky's art. In 1933, Kandinsky moved to France and continued painting. However, with World War II, the Nazis entered France. Due to the ban, Kandinsky's art could not even be sold. Kandinsky died in 1944, just before the end of the war. Kandinsky's work influenced artists around the world. He had new theories on color and the non-visible. These inspired abstract painting. He influenced painters like Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko.